Let's cut straight to it. Mercedes sells more models than almost any other luxury brand alive, and most people buying one have no idea what they're actually getting. Some are buying a badge, some are buying an experience, and some are buying something that will make their accountant cry in the parking lot. Let's walk through all of it, every tier, every model, every trap, so you know exactly what you're paying for before you sign anything. Tier 1, the entry point, GLA, CLA, GLB, the badge tax. These three start between $43,000 and $46,000, and they share the same front-wheel drive bones, the same 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder, making around 221 horsepower, and the same MBUX dual-screen setup you'll find in cars costing twice as much. That last part is the whole pitch. The GLA is a compact SUV, essentially a raised hatchback, that gets you the elevated seating position people keep paying extra for. The CLA is a sporty compact sedan with a coupe roofline that replaced the discontinued A-Class as the cheapest four-door Mercedes in America. The GLB is the sleeper of the group because it offers an optional third row of seats, making it the only compact Mercedes that can technically haul 7 people, even if those back seats are best reserved for people under 5 feet 6 who aren't planning a long trip. What you get is a beautiful MBUX screen, the 3-pointed star on the hood, and the feeling that you made a move. What you're also getting is road noise that reminds you this isn't an S-Class, a backseat that will personally offend anyone tall, and depreciation that comes for you fast. That $43,000 car is worth around $25,000 3 years later, and nobody warned you on signing day. Here's the move. Buy a 2-year-old version of any of these for $28,000 to $31,000 and let whoever bought it new absorb that hit for you. You get the full aesthetic without taking the full financial beating. Because here's the real problem with buying new in this tier. You're literally $5,000 to $7,000 away from a completely different kind of Mercedes. And that gap matters more than people realize. Want the performance version? The AMG CLA 45S squeezes 382 horsepower from that same 2-liter engine, making it the most powerful production 4-cylinder on the market. That's impressive, but you're still in a front-heavy compact. Know what you're choosing. Tier 2. Where Mercedes actually starts. C-Class and GLC. The C-Class starts at $48,450. The GLC starts at $49,250. That small jump from Tier 1 buys you something the entry cars simply don't have, a rear-wheel drive platform. The same DNA as the E-Class and S-Class above it. The weight balance that makes a car feel planted instead of like it's fighting itself through corners. Every C-Class now runs a 2-liter 4-cylinder with a 48-volt mild hybrid system producing 255 horsepower. The mild hybrid isn't a gimmick. You feel it in how the car pulls out of a stop, how smooth the highway merges feel. The interior looks like a shrunken S-Class because that was the explicit design brief. It mostly delivers. The GLC is the actual bestseller of the entire Mercedes lineup, competes directly with the BMW X3 and Audi Q5, and holds its own on every front. The GLC 350e plug-in hybrid version delivers up to 54 miles of pure electric range, which covers the average American's daily commute with electrons to spare. The GLC Coupe adds a sloping roofline for around $59,300 if you want the sportier silhouette over the utility. And then there's the C63. Mercedes took a 2-liter 4-cylinder, bolted a rear-mounted electric motor to it, and called the combination 671 combined horsepower. The old V8 C63 crowd is still furious about this. The 3.3-second 0 to 60 time doesn't care about their feelings. The smart buy here is a C300 or GLC 300 with the premium package, ventilated seats so the summer commute doesn't destroy you, panoramic roof, upgraded audio, and you stay under $60,000. Skip the AMG body kit if you're not getting the actual AMG powertrain. You're paying extra to look like something you're not, and the people who know. Tier 3, Executive Territory, E-Class and GLE. This is the tier most people should be aiming for, and most people don't realize it exists. The E35 starts at $62,450. Step up to the inline-6 E450, and you're at $72,000. The GLE, Mercedes' midsize luxury SUV competing with the BMW X5, starts at $62,250 and offers optional third-row seating that adults can actually fit in, along with a plug-in hybrid option and engines ranging from a mild hybrid 4-cylinder, up to the AMG GLE 63S's handcrafted V8, making 603 horsepower. What changes at this tier is hard to describe until you drive it back-to-back with Tier 2. The ride refinement jumps. Long highway stretches go from fine to genuinely effortless. Rear legroom becomes something you notice, especially on 2-hour drives with people in the back who are actually your size. The adaptive cruise and lane centering actually work here. Not perfectly, but well enough to take the edge off a long, boring stretch of highway. The E-Class also comes in an all-terrain wagon version starting around $76,000, raised suspension, all-wheel drive standard, body cladding, and enough ground clearance to handle a dirt road to a ski cabin without stress. It's one of the more useful configurations in the entire lineup. The optional MBUX Superscreen in the E-Class stretches the display across to the passenger side and looks like something out of a science fiction movie. Whether that's worth the extra cost depends entirely on how much the passenger in your car likes having their own screen. Honest advice, the vast majority of buyers should stop shopping at this tier. The jump in genuine quality from Tier 2 to Tier 3 is noticeable every single drive. The jump from Tier 3 to what comes next is real, but so is the price. 80% of people are in the sweet spot right here. Tier 4, the flagship sedan, S-Class. No crossover version, no compromise version. Just the S-Class, the car that every other car in this lineup eventually borrows its ideas from. The S500 starts around $117,750. The S580 with the V8 is around $131,000. The car comes standard with over 200 pounds of sound insulation, which makes the cabin quieter at highway speed than most apartments. Air suspension that uses cameras to scan the road ahead and adjust before you actually hit the bump. Rear axle steering for a turning radius that defies the car's size. Executive rear seats that recline with calf rests, turning the back into somewhere you'd choose to be stuck in traffic. This is the car heads of state, CEOs, and diplomats get chauffeured in. The interior isn't just nice, it makes nice feel relative. There's even an S580e plug-in hybrid for buyers who want electric range without giving up the V8 when they want it. Honest take, it's about 20% better than a loaded E-Class in every measurable category for roughly double the money. That math hits differently depending on who you are. If you're the type who notices the difference on every drive, it's worth every dollar. If you're buying it to say you bought it, the E450 saves you $60,000 and fools 97% of people in parking lots. Tier 5, AMG Performance Edition. AMG is where Mercedes stops being a luxury brand and starts being something else entirely. The AMG GT starts at around $111,950 for the SL43. And here's something most people don't know. Every SL is engineered entirely by AMG, not the main Mercedes division. The SL55 brings a hand-built 4-liter twin-turbo V8 with 469 horsepower. The SL63 Performance combines that V8 with a plug-in hybrid system for 805 horsepower in a soft-top convertible, 0 to 60 in 2.8 seconds with the roof down. The E63S turns a business sedan into a missile that embarrasses sports cars while still having enough trunk space for a golf bag. The GLE 63S does the same to a family SUV. These are vehicles that carry groceries on Tuesday and run 0 to 60 in under 4 seconds on Saturday. The surprise value pick, AMG GLC 43 at around $70,000. Real AMG exhaust note, real AMG stance, real daily usability. AMG for people who still need the back seats to work on Monday. The engineering behind these is worth understanding. AMG uses a one-man, one-engine philosophy. A single technician hand-builds each AMG V8 from start to finish and signs a plaque that gets bolted to the engine. That's not marketing copy, it's an actual manufacturing process, and the engines are measurably better for it. Tier 6, G-Class, its own category. The G-Wagon gets its own tier because it doesn't follow any of the rules above. It's not competing on ride quality, efficiency, or logic. It's competing on identity. The G550 starts at $148,250. The AMG G63 is around $171,000. A military utility vehicle designed in 1979 that became the ultimate status symbol through sheer force of cultural osmosis. The design has barely changed in 45 years. 3 differential locks for actual off-road capability that most owners will use exactly 0 times. A door-closing sound that is literally trademarked because even the thunk is part of the brand. The G550 swapped its old V8 for a turbocharged inline-six, making 443 horsepower. The AMG G63 keeps the hand-built twin-turbo V8 at 577 horsepower. And now there's the G580, an all-electric G-Wagon starting around $162,650, which is either the future of the model or a philosophical contradiction depending on who you ask. The performance numbers suggest it's the future. You will wait, you will pay over sticker, you will thank the dealer. That's the G-Wagon transaction, and people keep doing it because nothing else communicates exactly what this car communicates. Stick with the G55. Oh, unless you specifically want the extra 134 horsepower and are prepared to keep paying for the speeding tickets, the G63's exhaust note naturally invites. Tier 7, Maybach and the AMG 1. Wealth statement. At this level, we're past cars as transportation and into cars as assets that happen to move. The Maybach GLS starts at $178,450. This is the GLS transformed into a Rolls-Royce competitor. Two-tone exterior paint, a Maybach-specific chrome grille, rear executive seats with massage, calf rests, folding tables, and a refrigerated compartment in the center console designed specifically for champagne flutes. Not a wine bottle, champagne flutes. The air suspension is tuned specifically for the Maybach, and the rear doors close themselves at the touch of a button because pulling a door shut is apparently no longer appropriate at this price point. The Maybach S-Class starts at around $200,000 and competes directly with Rolls-Royce and Bentley. The rear compartment is the product. The driver is just someone else's responsibility. Reclining first-class seats, adjustable panoramic roof transparency, a Burmester high-end 3D sound system, and silver-plated champagne flutes. This is not a car you drive. This is a car you arrive in. Then there's the AMG 1. $2.7 million, a Formula One hybrid powertrain in a street car, 1,063 horsepower, only 275 ever built, and most of them can't be registered normally in the United States. Owners get 2,500 miles per year as part of a road use agreement, essentially a car on parole. The majority live in climate-controlled garages and emerge twice a year for events where the owner can flex on other people who spent 7 figures on cars. It is remarkable engineering and almost completely disconnected from the concept of driving as most people experience it. The honest summary. Tier 1 is a trap, not because the cars are bad, but because a few thousand more dollars gets you something genuinely different. Buy Tier 1 used and let someone else absorb the depreciation. Tiers 2 through 4, C-Class to S-Class, $48,000 to $130,000 is where the engineering actually matches the badge. Start with the C or GLC to understand whether the brand clicks for you. Move to the E or GLE when you need the space and the ride quality. Reach for the S when you've earned the celebration. Below Tier 2, you're mostly paying for the logo. Above Tier 4, you're making a wealth statement, and your financial advisor is having quiet feelings about it in another room. The best Mercedes is always the one you'll actually enjoy driving every single day. Everything above that is just more expensive.